coming at y'all with another episode of Dropping Dimes with Mr. Dugai live Q&A edition. Sorry I'm a couple of minutes late, man. Something wrong with my laptop. I tried to do this thing on my laptop, but it's giving me trouble. So so I gotta go to the phone, man. But thanks for everybody for tuning in. Glad y'all could make it. Greatly appreciate it. Obviously, we got a lot we could get into. First, Atlanta Braves, best record in the majors in the month of June. Though a very, very, very tough loss last night, man. Man, that was a tough one. Like you gotta win those games. When you got a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the ninth inning, and one of the greatest closers of all time, you gotta hang on and you gotta win that game, yo. But unfortunately, we dropped it. We now 5.5 games behind the New York Mets. But clearly, still a lot more season left. Obviously, basketball, man. Miami Heat draft Nikola Jovic, skilled for international player. Guy got a lot of skill. Got a nice jump shot. Could score buckets. Um, if developed right, which we normally do with our young talent, he could be a stretch four for us. Something that we didn't really have, over the last couple of seasons. We had more of defensive minded guys in that position, that could knock down corner threes. So interesting to see what happens in the offseason. It's a lot of rumors out there like Donovan Mitchell and all that, but we'll see. Football obviously is that slow period right now, getting ready for training camp, which is exactly like a month away from today, July 26th. With the Eagles, everybody report. The rookies and veterans all report the same day. So definitely looking forward to that. LSU, man, another, also a slow time right now, slow period. Did get a new pitching coach for the baseball team yesterday from the Minnesota Twins. We did get Michaela Williams for the women's basketball team, the number one, player in the country. She's good, man. I watched her play a few times, man. She's really good. And of course, man, other news, man, other Kyrie Irving has opted into to the Brooklyn Nets, but there's a lot of reports saying that still don't mean he won't get traded. NBA free agency coming up. Just had the NBA draft. It's a lot to talk to. Glad I'm gonna be with y'all for these 30 minutes, yo. What's up, love and light? Meditation. Appreciate you tuning in. What do the Heat do now? Oh, good question. Me, personally, I think Pat Riley is not gonna want to sit on his hands and just, quote unquote, run it back. Losing PJ Tucker was a big loss. And, from a defensive standpoint, so I think now with us drafting the international player that we drafted, I think we're going to look for more of offensive scoring, So I think he's going to try to pull off something with a Donovan Mitchell or a Bradley Bill. Now, will that happen and how much we got to give up, that's yet to be determined. But I think what we attempt to do is try to bring in a big name. What's up, Sir Nando 27? Appreciate you tuning in, yo. My dude, how's it going? Don't want to talk baseball right now. It's all I got you, bro. I got you, man. I understand, man. It be like that sometimes. That's the only thing was rough with baseball. Is like when your team is out of it early, they out of it, man. Like some teams, they out of it by the time April get here. And it's rough, man. You gotta finish the season 162 games. It's real rough, man. What's up, Conru girl, my friend? Appreciate you tuning in. Did you catch the Astros no hitter against the Yankees? I actually did catch it. On the radio show, we talked about it a good bit on my on my me co-host on the radio show yesterday. That was pretty impressive. Though I know the Yankees got him back yesterday with the Aaron Judge walk off. That was pretty impressive considering the Yankees were on a 15-game home winning streak. The Yankees are the best team in baseball this season, and they got like a prolific lineup. So for you to go in there and no hit them with multiple pitchers, by the way, in Yankee Stadium was definitely a great feat. And I seen a stat. I think this is only the second time somebody has no hit the Yankees in Yankee Stadium, and the last team to do it was also the Houston Astros. So shout out to the Astros for that. Taking two, splitting a full game set with the Yankees in Yankee Stadium. I think that's a good showing for them. What's up, Michael 903? Appreciate you tuning in. Good games from my Dodgers fans. It was a crazy game. Yeah, man, that one stung, yo. That one stung, man. I was kind of flicking back and forth between that and the BET Awards last night. But it was tough, man. We up 2-0 in the bottom of the night. I'm like, okay. Strider pitched great going up against Gosson, who got like a ERA seem of like zero, and is undefeated. But we gotta close it out, man. As great as Jansen was on Saturday night, striking out the side, they got to him last night, and it's a frustrating loss. But obviously, it's 161, so we can't dwell on it too bad. Got a big series coming up with the Phillies on the road. Got to win that one. Which free agent is Miami going after? Me personally, I think they try to like make a trade. I don't think we necessarily try to like sign a free agent. I think they try to trade for somebody like a Donovan Mitchell, a Bradley Beal or somebody like that. I don't really think they're gonna really try for Embiid, though that's been thrown out there. But because I don't think they want to get rid of Bam Adebayo. Getting rid of, I don't think you got to get rid of Bam to get Donovan Mitchell or Bradley Beal. But to get Joel Embiid, you would definitely have to come up off of Bam. So, I do think it's a lot, going on. But I think mostly that's what we're gonna try to do first. And then if that obviously don't fall through, you may look at some second tier, free agent, veteran minimal type of guys to come in, and just fill a raw void. I think they're gonna try to, develop the rookie to be in that stretch for to play along Bam. What's up, Merrick Garland? Garland, apologize if I say it wrong. Appreciate you tuning in. Do you think the Braves can catch the Mets? Because I think we could catch the Mets. Oh, absolutely. I absolutely think we could catch the Mets. We hardly play. I think we only played them. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think we only played them 4 times so far. We had a full game set in Atlanta, or was it in that? No, it was in New York. Matter of fact, and we split four with them. We went 2-2 with them. We got a lot of head-to-head matchups left with them. I think like in the middle of July, I think around July 11th or so, they come into Atlanta. So yeah, well, considering a lot of head-to-head matchups with them, considering us potentially getting healthy, and I did. I look, they got, they two stud pitchers got to get healthy also, but I definitely think we could catch the Mets, yo. But we just gotta kind of stay within that 4-ish, 5-ish game range, around the All Star break is what I think. What area requires the most improvement in order for the Eagles to make the playoffs? Um, honestly, I think it's quarterback play. We could we ran the ball really well. Was the number one rushing team. I was thinking about Miles Sanders individually, but as a rushing unit, we were the number one running team in the NFL. I think the wide with the addition of AJ Brown, the wide receiving core was the biggest weakness coming in to the offseason. But I think the addition of AJ Brown definitely solidifies that group. Offensive line is strong as long as it's healthy. D line is strong as long as it's healthy. The linebacker core was another position a position of weakness coming into the season. But adding Kazir White, adding and drafting the Kobe Dean, I think that at least solidifies the linebacker core. Secondary, you getting James Bradbury, bringing in Jakarski Tart. I think honestly, when we talking about players, I think it boils down to Jalen Hurts. If Jalen Hurts goes out there and develops and plays better than he did last year, and shows that growth and that improvement, I think we could go back to the playoffs and actually win a playoff game or two this season, if that's the case. But I would say, looking at the roster the way it is right now, constructed, Jalen Hurts, I think he's the person, that has to step up and play well. What's up, Seco? Appreciate you tuning in. Hi, what's going on? What's up, Savage Tiger FB fan? Appreciate you tuning in. What's up, Mr. Duke? I'll be at the LSU Florida State game, first time in the Superdome. I live in Dallas, so it's always been my dream to watch a game in the same stadium. Wow, man, that's awesome, man. Shout out to you for that, yo. That's definitely gonna be big time. I'm trying to see. I may go to that game. I may not. That it's still up in the air, seeing how things go from now until then. But you're gonna have a blast, yo. That's a big time game to go to. The Brian Kelly era getting started. Is in New Orleans, so obviously it's gonna be heavy LSU. It's gonna be like a LSU home game. And Florida State, we know they've had these struggles over the last couple of years, but that's still a blue blood program when it comes to college football, because of everything that Bobby Bowden did. So, yeah, shout out to you, man. Enjoy it, man. Tell me how it was, man. That should be a real blast, going into that game, into that building. What's up, Mike Stevenson? Second, appreciate you tuning in. What's up, my boy? Take that hat off. Baseball season ended when Harper got hurt. Nah, man, that's on the Phillies, man. That's on them. That's a big loss for them, but we're gonna see Braves gotta go into there. Starting tomorrow. We're gonna see how that series go, trying to keep pace with the New York Mets. But Braves dealt with injuries too. I mean, Ozzy Albies is out right now for a long time. Ronald Acuna looked like he's gonna be out for a little while. Mike Soroka been out all year. Eddie Rosario has been out for a long time. So, Braves dealt with them too, especially last year, and then we went on to, win the World Series. So, hey, sorry about that, man. But hey, we trying to win over here. Let's see. I think the Braves played the Mets once this year in New York so far. Yeah, and I think it was a 4 game series. I remember we split. They won two, we won two. So yeah, we got a lot more head-to-head matchups with them, and obviously that's the quickest way to catch somebody that you behind is to play them head-to-head and beat them. So definitely looking forward to those matchups. What's up, KB Brown, my boy? Appreciate you tuning in. What's up, Mr. Dugas? What do the Heat need to do in free agency to win the East next year? I think we need to go out there and get another bona fide scorer. Look, I love Tyler Hero a lot, like, but he may be expendable in the hands of getting a Donovan Mitchell, and we need like I love PJ. It stings losing PJ Tucker because I think, as limited as he was offensively, what he brought defensively and just his veteran leadership was just outmatched, man. Like the guy was just outstanding and just loved having him on our team. But I think what we need to do, we went with the Jay Crowder, we went with the Jay Crowder thing a couple of years ago in the bubble. Well, when we ended up in the bubble, we tried out who that was we tried out last year? Cause we lost. Who we had last year playing the 4? I forgot who it was playing the 4 last year. Y'all remind me who played the 4 last year when we got swept by Milwaukee in the first round. It slipped my mind. But yeah, and this year we had PJ Tucker, obviously. I think we need a guy in that position to stretch the floor. I think what we need to see this year is Bam Adebayo asserting himself more offensively. And for that to shake place, you need a guy playing with him down there that could stretch the floor, that could, open up lanes for him more where defenders definitely can't leave them in the corner alone. They gotta really respect that guy's jumper, which opens up more lanes, for Bam Adebayo to maneuver around and do his thing. They could still sign somebody that could, bring that type of skill set. But with this rookie, I think they definitely gonna try to develop him. And we're gonna see what goes on in the summer league and all that to see if he's ready to fill in that void, right away. You spending money to see Peterson and Bell in the boxing ring in the upcoming future? I'm not. I'm definitely not. If I could watch it somewhere for free, I'll definitely watch it. But to say I'm spending my own money to watch that, nah. Like I'm good, man. What do you think of the NBA draft? Was Shocked that my Rockets were able to get Jabari Smith. That was a shock, man. A lot of talk was that day was that he was gonna go number one to Orlando, and that Pablo was gonna end up probably number two or number three. So, um, honestly, like I think I like Jabari Smith. Obviously, me being an LSU guy, SC him being at Auburn, SEC, I seen a good bit of him. Guy could play. His dad is a former LSU Tiger, which I don't know how he ended up in Auburn, which is a story for another day. But I think he could play. I really do think he could play. The thing though with this draft, it wasn't a star-studded draft. It wasn't like a couple of years ago. You had Zion and John Moran, and you know, it's more of a. I feel like you know there's going to be somebody out of this draft that we think is going to be okay. That's going to end up being great. That's going to win Rookie of the Year, and we're going to be like, okay, this guy really could play. This guy could definitely get it in. But when you look at the landscape of the NBA draft, none of these players look like superstars initially. So we're gonna see. But yes, I was a little surprised to see Smith fall to the Rockets at number three. That is a good pickup for the Rockets. I am a Rams fan. Do you think we can repeat as Super Bowl champs? I think they can. I don't think they will, but I think they can. It's just so hard to repeat nowadays, yo. I think what the last repeat champion was what the Patriots when they beat us in '04. It's hard to do. But the Rams have the talent. I don't they got money, they printing money over there, it seems like, where all their main pieces are signed long term. Matthew Stafford and Aaron Donald and Cooper Kupp. You know, um, they was able to bring in Allen Robinson. So all those guys are signed long term. So yeah, talent wise, I definitely think they can go back, but I don't believe they will just because it's so hard to do. Let's see. What's up, Michael Mendroff? Appreciate you tuning in. They had Trevor Ariza as their forward last year when they got Trevor Ariza. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's who it was. Trevor Ariza. We got him in from OKC. That Trevor Ariza. Appreciate it. I was trying to wonder. I was like, man, I knew it was somebody. Yep, Trevor Ariza, who it was, and that did not go well. Of course, that did not go well, man. But yeah, I think a stretch forward, somebody that could be a consistent knockdown shooter in that position. Is a way that I think we should look. To try to solidify this offense, because obviously our biggest problem was scoring. It would have been nice to have a Tyler Hero in Game 7 against Boston, but we still got to score more. Especially in pressurized situations like that in the playoffs. Do you think that Westbrook will be traded? If so, to who? That's a good question. It's so much smoke being blown with these teams, and they obviously gonna say anything right now. All the talk was Kyrie going, like they said, he still could get traded, but he going, and then he opts into his $37 million deal today. Uh, Darwin Ham, the Lakers' new coach, sounds like he don't want Westbrook to go nowhere. But I think that do I think he gets traded? Honestly, I think he stays where he's at. Simply because I don't know any team that's willing to give up young assets, for Russell Westbrook. Because the team gonna have to come up off of somebody young that could play pretty well. And I don't know if a team is gonna be willing to do that to get a guy that right now seems pretty damaged. Unless they just really believe in him and really feel like a change of scenery will really get him right and get him back to his MVP triple doubles old self. But I don't think nobody gonna be willing to give up any of their young assets, to get a Russell Westbrook. But we'll see. Obviously, things could change. Things could happen. So we'll see. Uh, Give me some of this food here. talking to y'all. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting NBA offseason. I tell you that. Um, excuse me. Baker Mayfield, will he be cut? I don't think they'll cut him because I think that Cleveland already is in a mess already with the Deshaun Watson situation. But I think it's gonna be like too much dead money against their salary cap. I do think they trade him. Now they're gonna trade him. The longer this goes on, the less and less they're gonna get. They may get a seventh round pick for him, but I do think ultimately around training, I think what's gonna happen. It happens every year. You're gonna have a quarterback that's gonna have some type of injury in training camp or preseason or whatever. And I think they'll call up the Cleveland Browns and and trade probably a sixth, seventh round pick or whatever for Baker Mayfield. And I think that'll happen. I don't think the Browns will flat out cut him, but I do think a team will get desperate for quarterback depth and will offer a trade for him, and Cleveland gonna take it. Cause I mean, it's better to have a seventh round pick for somebody than to have nothing for him. But that whole Cleveland Browns quarterback situation is just real messy. Like, it's very, very messy. Baker would make a good backup for 1 year. Yeah, I think so. I think he going I don't think he gonna go nowhere as the guy. But I think somebody goes down or gets injured or have some type of, misfortune besides Cleveland, of course. I think they'll call the Browns for him and I know and offer a late round pick. And I think, Baker go in and, you know, per, um, preferably as a backup, but depending on who the starter is or who the backup already is, he'll have a chance to to compete for the job. So we're gonna see what happens. What's up, Trey Lorenzo? Appreciate you tuning. Oh man, there you go with this nonsense, man. Braves suck. Man, you was nervous last night, man. Like, don't even do. Last night in the ninth inning, you thought it was over too. But it's all right though. It's all right. Y'all got that. Y'all got that. Hey, we need to get ourselves together. We need to catch the New York Mets or get in as a wild card. And if we get in, obviously I would love to face the Dodgers again in a postseason matchup. Preferably the NLCS again for a third straight year. Do you feel like Watson will be suspended for an entire season, given the owners weren't punished for similar offenses? Uh, it sounds that way. From everything that I'm seeing, it's sounding like the whole season. Though I think that would be honestly, a little harsh. Not to say that, and look, I don't want to get into the business of trying to say he did it or trying to say he didn't do it. Obviously, I do not know. All I can say is I hope he didn't, but if he did, he deserves to get punished. But if he didn't, the women deserve to get punished. It's situations of you've seen it on both sides. You've seen where guys have been wrongly framed of stuff that they didn't do behind, women trying to make a name for themselves. But at the same time, you've also seen guys who have a name for themselves use that as leverage to get it to commit heinous acts. So it goes both ways here. But unless something definitively comes out, though that's what I'm hearing, it's hard for me to imagine that Deshaun gets a whole year. Like who it was got a what Josh Gordon with all the multiple failed drug tests. Sean Payton got a full year for the Bounty Gate incident. But besides that, who else got a full year? You know, I'm gonna see you get like 10 games or something like that, but I'll be a little surprised if he gets a full season. Though that is the talk out there that he will, that's the leaks out there that he'll get a full season. What's up, Sebastian Gonzalez? Appreciate you tuning in. Sup, Dugai? What's going on, yo? Glad you could make it into the live. But we'll see. We'll see, man. One way or another, if he's guilty or if he's innocent, I just hope the truth come out. These experts think that they know the NBA, but they just speak nonsense. That's how it be, man. That's definitely how it be, yo. But all right, y'all, man. I gotta run. Definitely appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna try to do it again tomorrow night. No, stay tuned if you follow me on social media. Stay tuned. To my social media pages. I'll update the time. Or on my YouTube page, I'll update the time. To give y'all the exact time on what time I'll go on tomorrow night. But thanks for everybody for tuning in. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Lord willing, talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a blessed one. Go Braves.